Hello, everybody. Ain't nobody here, but still. All right. So, sorry. Wait. Every bit of math in me and died right there. Uh, ah. Okay. Whoever's watching, you didn't see that. Misspelled vulnerable and shield. Ugh. Hired. It's Hired. Fuck. Hired. 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 No, it's just hired. Stop trying. Ugh. Yo, you're back, dude. I was hoping I would see you. I'm glad you're back. How was your funeral? Well, damn, it's a funeral. I'm glad you're back. How do you fucking? Sorry you had to go to a funeral. I'm glad it wasn't yours. I don't know how to say. Yeah, I don't know how to make that sound as nice. Yeah, dude. I'm glad you're here too. Oh, uh, yeah, it's funeral. That's the one thing about funerals. It's like you go there specifically to cry over the fact that somebody you loved is not there anymore. I'm glad to have you back here, though. Yeah. I'm just glad it wasn't yours, dude. You had me scared last week, but shit, I'm glad to have you back to me. All right, now. Death is more of a celebration of life, you know? Yeah. That's one thing I've always tried to live like, but it's hard when it's somebody you really want there with you. I want to celebrate when I'm back. Yeah. I'm just glad you're back, dude, Timmy. All right. But right now, what I was doing is I was giving Maria a backstory. Yo, I named some stuff. Oh, let's see. Hold on. I know how I can check how to fix this. I'm gonna have to. Okay. Wait. What is that? Soap magic. So, Maria is the soap magic. Candace is the heat. Hold on. Let's see. That sounds okay. Oh man, this is. Yep. Not even gonna lie, that's exactly what it is. It's Candace's candle. Uh, Hmm. Okay, so uh, okay, better. Hey, okay. So now I can hear myself. Yeah, I'm trying to use like the manager on my phone to get a gauge as to what you're hearing. And I hear the whistly echo in the background. I'm just trying to isolate that with a noise gate. But really, I think it's just my microphone being like unshielded. Like it's just so it's just hearing all of this background noise from my computer and my outside from just being out here in the shed and everything. Sorry. I'm trying to like isolate it as much as I can, but it's very that's part of why I'm holding off on recording the audio for it because all of my audio has this like loud background noise to it and it's really distorted. So every time I do my recordings, I either have to do it very quietly and undertone, or I have to do it very loud and then basically just pitch it down constantly. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get they make these vocal booths, like these like cheap sound booths and everything. So I'm gonna put one over in that corner right there and get like a second microphone that I can just have in there dedicated to recording audio in a sound booth so that I could have a recording studio, sort of. That way I can make good use of what little vocal talent I actually have and record this audiobook cleanly and have it not sound so buzzy. So far, so far, what we have going on right now is just basically Candace punched Candace. Oh wait, no, not Candace. Maria punched Curtis. So what happened is I needed an excuse as to why. So what happened is up here, I needed an excuse as to why Curtis can speak Curtis can speak the language that everybody else can, but Christopher can't. And the problem with that is if you can speak a language and they assume, no, not really. It's like 2 pages. But yeah, they assume that since, and I named the languages. Yeah, I guess you did miss that I named the languages. I named the language that they're speaking, Roger and Candace, they speak a language called Ashlian. And Chris is the people from the other city, they speak a language called Gastian. So yeah. So Ashlian and Gastian. And I named the city that they're from. The city that they're from is called shit. What did I was just in here. I was giving Maria Tosin or Tosin. Tosin. Yeah, Tosin City. So the city that they're from is Tosin City, and yeah, like yeah, Tossan, Tosin. But yeah, so the reason that I came up with, well, no, the reason that I came up with for him to tell them was that he had a magic ring because he's wearing a wedding ring. He's married dude. He's wearing a wedding ring, so he always has his wedding ring on. Yeah, I know I don't have mine on. Mine are in my bedroom. Oh, haha. But yeah, he has his wedding ring on. So he tells them, "This ring lets me speak your languages," but he don't know how to not speak their languages. So he has to figure out how to tell them, "I can't speak your language." So he figures out, well, maybe it's part of my brain. Maybe it's like magic in my brain, making it so that I can like kind of like keep up with their conversations. So maybe if I pull the magic out of my brain, then I would, not be able to speak their language and we could get away with this stuff. So he does that and he finds out that it hurts like fuck. So yeah, he was trying to pull, he tries to like, when he finds this out in the forest when he's trying to like, all right, move magic around in his body, that he can move it around on his body, but when he tries to take magic off of his body, it kind of hurts. Like, it kind of feels like peeling something. Well, when you're doing it to the outside of your body, it feels like, a cut. When you're trying to do it to the inside of your body and you're trying to strip magic away from something that it is intrinsically bound to, it hurts a lot. And he did it to try to like, all right, cool. He's trying to like separate the magic from his brain so that he can pretend that he can like, not speak their language. And yeah, so while he's doing it, he's basically just like doing it. It's basically like trying to pull your skin off. So as he's doing it, he's basically like stretching his skin over this way in his like
metaphysical sense. He's stretching his like magic self away from his current self. And when he does that, Maria's like, "Oh, huh. I don't believe you. I don't believe you can't speak this. I don't believe you don't know what I'm saying. So I'm going to punch you." And she says, like, "I'm going to punch you really, really hard." And then she punches him really, really hard in the side of his head that he is pulling magic away from. She doesn't know he's pulling magic away from that side, but she's holding Ham in one hand and just punches, and she's right-handed and she's looking at him. So when she punches him, she hits him in the left side of his head, and that hurt. So and her magic being fat magic basically adds the way that she manipulates her power when she punches shit, she can kind of make it explode because she's fat magic. When she touches like, shit, she has that contact with the fat in your body, so she can manipulate that, and she takes all of the collagen in your body and kind of just like, and in his face, she wasn't trying to kill him, but it's just what happens. So when she did it, she punched him and it kind of froze his face. But he starts to heal from it and shit because he got magic and shit, and it kind of knocks him back into being able to speak their languages, but he doesn't say anything because if I say something, they're gonna know I was bullshitting, until Candace gives him the ring back. So yeah, it's like it's like Candace gives him the ring back, and then all of a sudden it's like, but as soon as he was like, "How did you fucking do that?" Because again, my character is a fucking fighter, dude. He is he's me. And I don't know if you notice about people who fight, but when you show them something that they can't do physically, like in a fight, we are all in on it. We want to know what the fuck that is. How did you do it? Where did you learn how to do that shit? How can I learn how to do that shit? And if I can't, can you do it again? That's all it is. It's if I can't do it, can you do that shit again? Because that was cool. And when she hits him, it's like, oh fuck, what? Because he watches the hit come. He's faster than her, and she's throwing a punch with a lot of tells and shit because she's untrained. In this world, they don't have martial artists, so they don't have like people showing people technique. Plus, she was kind of a rogue. She was a criminal. Her dad was like a mob boss, and she was like a bruiser. She was more of a mean. She was more of a hitter. She was a heavy, but she was a heavy who could control fat and shit. She's like, all right, cool. It was a weird. She had a weird combination growing up. She wanted to be able to hurt people better, but she was also a girl, so she wanted to be able to like make herself not fat because her mom was kind of chunky. So she chose to be able to hurt people with fat, and then it came out later like, oh well, I can transition this skill, so I'm gonna just transition this skill. Yeah. When she wants, she could basically just like, all right, cool. She can control the fat in your body if she touches you, and she can tell it to do stuff after she's done touching you. Like, she can control it, but she can't, like, she can only control it once she's touched it. So it's like, all right, cool. She can't like walk up to somebody and just, she can't do the like blood bending. She's not a blood bender, but she can like, once she's touched you, you ever seen Fist of the North Star? Oh, damn.
What if she can redirect fat around her body so that, like, weight can throw extra heavy punches, or if she strategically throw.
That's what she does. That's what she does. She throws her weight into it, but once she gets there, she can then control your weight too. So that's actually what I was about to do. Because she is just a bruiser. She's a heavy. She doesn't know how to fight, really. She's just like strong. She's always been, because of her magic and who she was and where she was from, she was always stronger than everybody around her, so she never really had to learn how to throw a punch right. She could always just throw the punches at people. She was always just stronger and faster because she can use her body, she can use her magic to basically just change her body mass index entirely. So she never really has to learn how to use technique. She can just slip through stuff, and she can make herself slippery. If she ever gets grabbed, she can use fat to slip out of it. She's just like always been capable of just getting away based on what she can do. But now she's introduced to characters like me who can teach her how to fight. My character has martial arts. So my character can show her how to use her stuff in a better fighting situation. Because my character's right now is like, hey, yeah, your technique was kind of shit. So I didn't expect you. So he told her straight out, like, here, you, let's see, here's what, that was amazing. I shouted, how did you do that? I said, beaming at Maria with the one good eye while the other one, recovered and open, stared intently at her. That was so much power! The technique wasn't all that great, but the damage the punch did was like nothing I ever felt before. Are you a fighter like Roger? Geez, you're a strange one, Maria retorted. You heal faster than anyone that I've hit with that. I guess that's one reason you can be excited about it. But what do you mean my technique isn't great? Are you implying there's a special way to throw a punch? Well, yeah. The way you swing has a lot to do with how much power you can deliver in a punch, which is why the amount of power you had took me off guard. Your punch didn't look like it would hurt as much as it did. So you could see it coming, Maria questioned. Yeah, you weren't moving that fast, and you showed a few tells when you were winding up. But never mind that. How did you make that punch? How did you make the punch do that? Are you super strong? Do you have iron skin? What's up? I gotta know. So you just let me hit you. And didn't expect it to hurt because of my technique. Maria asked, not looking for any answers. And now you think I have iron skin or something because it hurt more than you thought it would? I don't know who's worse, you or the old idiot I married. But I suppose you must know, yes. In another life, I was a warrior of sorts. I fought long and hard and earned the title of Buster Babe. I'm sorry. Buster Babe is, yeah. Yeah. Buster Babe. Just, yeah, she makes people mostly like faces because she's like really. Uh, and then here's Roger. Here's Roger basically giving her backstory. So basically, Roger says she was a street thug who got arrested and ended up getting exiled from Tosa City before the rest of us settlers found her on our way down here. Roger interjected. Buster Babe is just what they called her when she was on the streets as a hired hand for her father. till he died in a shootout, and she killed almost every other criminal in town. I gotta figure out shootout. I can't. When he died in a whatever, criminal in town. Everyone in town already hated her for all the horrible things she had done. But since she had basically done what the police had been aiming for, the standard punishment was set aside and she was exiled quietly by the higher ups. When we found her, she had managed to kill several boars and was using the bones to make a terrible shelter. She covered it in skin and in the skin of the animals and was just going to sleep there. I was sent to check on her water rations since I had it and could use it. But when I got to her, she was just so damn sweet and tired. She was timid and extremely prickly. When I got her set up with a water source, we talked. When I was getting her set up with a water source, we talked, and the more we talked, the more I was convinced she was going to die fighting some animal. Five. She's a beast. She's like, Maria ain't no fucking joke. She's a beast. But she can't, like, she's a beast, but yeah. Like I said, it was terrible. It was like basically just she basically just had a pile of bones next to another pile of bones, and in between the bones was a stretched out piece of skin, and she was gonna sleep under that shit. But again, you gotta remember, the boars in this world, big bitches. They're not like little like our boars. Our boars are little, like human size, you know, like they people size. They like little, they like kids. Nah, her boars are like cows. Her boars are like longhorns, like cows, like that size, like big bitches. So it don't take a whole lot. Like she killed 5. She basically like just took 2 of the things and tied them together. So her shelter was just a bunch of bones stacked on top of each other with a with a couple of tied up skins in between them. No. She's again, like the forest is like way from where they are. Wait. Where is it? Oh. So yeah. So yeah, the forest is like over here and shit. But where she was like right here. Like right by the river. So these are just like regular animals in this world, but they're bigger, but they're just regular ass boars. When you get into here, there's shit that, like is on fire and, you know, evil. Not evil, but fucked up. Oh, that's down here. She's up here. But yeah, the way she came, she got exiled and they found her right here. She was right here when they found her, and they crossed the river with her, and now nobody else has crossed this river again. Once they crossed the river, nobody else crossed the river. And I don't know if this river goes. the way across here. I'm thinking this river right here goes all the way across. So yeah. Never let him forget. Oh fuck! What did I do? No! Oh. Like I'm trying to get to a point where I can fly them to the lake. Because right now, I still haven't showed them that I can fly. So it's like, all right, well, shit. But I'm not really in a position to take anybody back to the lake and all of that good shit. So like right now, I'm just trying to like get to a point where I establish enough of a connection with enough people. I want to establish enough characters that when we say like, all right, cool, we're going back into the forest, So like, all right, there's other people who are involved in desiring to go back. Because right now, the only four people who even know that somebody came out of the forest are Barkley, uh, are real shit right now is just Barkley. They didn't tell fuck. They didn't tell yeah, they didn't tell Iro or shit, what was the doctor's name? Yeah, they really haven't told anybody else where uh they came from. They don't the only people who really know that they've been in the woods like that is Barkley because he saw him come out of the woods, and now Candace, Roger, and Maria. Like they didn't tell the doctor, they didn't tell Iro, and they really haven't had that deep of a conversation. Once they get to this part, they're gonna have to deal with the fact that Barkley has been doing shit too. Because in the background, Barkley has gone and found the he's gone and found the head of the village, and he's basically said, "Hey, there's a fucking guy that came out of the goddamn woods. I think and he's with a kid, and they're speaking they're speaking Gastian. I don't know what the fuck this is. Did the Gastians get to like finally manage to make it into the like how deep does the Gastians made it into the fucking woods? They think I'm a Gastian spy. Yes. But it's imperfect. It's a weird like um shit. It's like Deku flying. It's like you could like slingshot you can shoot yourself around. It's like he can fly like Thor can fly. He can kind of like shoot himself in one direction, but once he gets there, he has to shoot himself in another direction to get to he can because really what he did was he just shot himself up in the air, and on his way back down, he was kind of like learning how to like maneuver himself while he was up there. Would you try to kill? Would they try to kill you since they think you're a spy? Shit, I don't know. Cause I really haven't thought about like how the head of the group is going to think. Because again, he's gonna be older and he's gonna be smarter, but he's also going to be older, and therefore stubborn. So it is possible. Because I think the biggest issue I have right now is just getting to. Because I got to bring Barkley back around right after I finish this conversation. Right after I finish this conversation with Roger, Barkley, and no, not Barkley. It shouldn't be Barkley. It's going to be somebody else. But it's going to be somebody that comes in and tries to basically apprehend me. They're going to try. They're not going to be successful, but they're going to do some damage, and I'm not going to perpetuate that. So it's going to be a little bit iffy. So let's see. Just then. Yeah, that's what's gonna the problem is they don't know him very well yet. They're going to vouch for him as like he's not that kind of person, but they don't know him super well. So they can't like guarantee that he's gonna be 100% cool. So but right now what it is they is like, all right, walk through. I don't know who you are.
Past life and backstory, so that's got to be something. Oh wait, do you want to also two
Romantic. See, the keys that I'm having, I think the way that I want to make magic work as straightforward as I can make it, the way that I want to make magic work is I want it to be something where you have to touch it. where you. God damn it. Ah, yes. My train friend is back. But I want to make it something where you have to be able to, like, think of a way to connect your magic to that thing. Like, even in space, like, even with the concept of, like, the more, like, ethereal you get, the harder and more difficult to conceive it's going to be. Like, I can't conceive, like, it's difficult for me to conceive of space as a physical construct that's capable of being manipulated, but I can perceive space as being something tangible that you can grab because I know what space-time is. I've known that for a long time. I went to school to learn that shit. But I don't know what the fuck consciousness is in order to be able to, like, manipulate a body. Like, I don't know what consciousness would be to be able to be a necromancer. So it's like, like, I can think of a way. I can think of ways manipulating space time would make sense, and I can think of ways that souls make sense. But I don't want, because again, eventually in this world, people are going to die, and I'm going to discover that in this world, because of the magic that is in this world, spirits have um salience. So when someone dies, their soul converts back into magic, and then it turns in, and they're basically reincarnation. So basically it's like spirits recycle in this world. So spirits recycle in this world. What am I trying to fucking say? That that actually ends up having something to do with, like, an epilogue, because the whole story, there's like, I have an ending in mind for the story where my character makes it back to the rest of to his home world, and he's there, and he decides that, all right, cool, what it is like, I made it back. I'm hunting this fucking life. These are my fucking people. But when he gets there, he talks to his wife. He asked her, like, hey, um I he lets her know all of the shit that has happened to him and all of the shit that he has, and he lets her know that, like, hey, I'm God in this other world, basically, and we can just go there and we can live forever, and I can, we can have everything we ever wanted. We live there and we live forever. And her, and this is something that I got when I was talking to my wife, and she said, but if we went there, do we? So wait, she's gonna like, the conversation is like, so wait, magic is real, huh? So you could do magic, huh? And wait, what happens? So if we leave here and we go there, we so your magic, can you bring people back to life? That's going to be her first question, is, can you bring people back to life? They're like, well, sort of. Like, where I'm from, like, in shit, where I'm from, and he's going to say it like that, where I'm from, and she's going to, like, but you're from here. And he's going to, like, shit, I am from here. But am I? it's going to be a weird conversation, but their conversation is basically going to go along the lines of she doesn't want to leave this world because she knows that if she dies in this world, that I'll come looking for her. Wherever the fuck her soul goes, I'll go looking for her. And then once I find that, I can bring back all of the people that she wants to bring back with her. Because you got to remember, like in this story, these characters are adults. They're like 40. So her dad died. Her mom died. Sister died. People that she cares about are past. She wants those people back. She wants those people back the same way that I wanted her back. So when it comes time, it's like, no, I want to, no, because if I die here, I'm going to get to go and see my family. But if I go with you, I'll never get to see them again. So I want to make sure that I'm able to see my family. If that means that I have to die, that's fine. I'll go and I'll take that chance. I'll take that chance. But I know now what you're willing to do to come see me. If when I die, you want to come and see me, come find me. And when you come find me, we'll make the decision whether or not we want to bring everyone with us, because I'm not going if I never get to see my mom again, never get to see my dad again. I don't want to go. She's going to be the one to basically bring the existential crisis of like, well, what is eternity? Like, she's going to be the one to basically speak the eternity, because my character has never really thought about the fact that he's going to kind of live forever, that he has the ability to live forever after a certain point. But she's going to be like, well, but no, if we do that, then we will live forever. And I don't really want to live forever. I have people I want to die to see. Like, I'm people that I want to see. And now that I know that even in this world, there are other spaces and other dimensions that there are spirits. Like you said it yourself, you could see spirits. So that means there are spirits, and there are things and there is a place where spirits go. And if I stay here, then my spirit will go where those spirits went. And I might get to see my family again. But if I go with you, I won't. So she's going to have that thought process. And then my character is like, all right, fine. And my character is going to have to basically like live his entire life, live basically 40 years with his wife and his kids. And they're basically like, his kids are not going to know, but his wife is going to know that he is like in this other space. His kids aren't going to know that he's like in and out of this other space, but his grandkids are going to like learn that, because they're going to be like there when his wife passes, and they're going to see grandpa basically phase out, and they're going to try and say something to their parents, but their parents aren't going to believe them. And they're like, grandpa's magic, I saw him. So yeah, I'm gonna that's the end of the shit though, but that's the end of the book. You know what I thought? Like, I think that's what's going to be the plot to everybody outside. I think that's what I'm going to use as the plot, is that as they get older, like my character is just basically like changing himself to make him look older. He's not really aging, he's just illusionarily aging because he kind of has to. But as he's getting older, and as my wife is getting older, she's starting to fade. And as she's starting to fade, she's starting to say things about things that you know, occasionally I would just bring her over and show her some shit, and she's talking about like, oh, is that the griffin? Is that the dragon we were talking about? Like, oh, I don't know. But yeah, the kids are thinking like she's just crazy and that it's all of this weird shit that she keeps talking about. And I'm just like, do not. And I am very protective of her, even in my old age. Like, don't be talking to your mama like that. Boy, I'll whoop your ass. I'm gonna always be I'm gonna whoop your ass, daddy. I ain't never whoop my kid's ass, but I'm gonna whoop your ass, daddy. So yeah, as they get older, I'm gonna have moments where I'm talking to them like, nah, you don't talk to your mama like that, and you know, like I don't care if she's crazy, you don't talk to your mama like that. Basically, like just constantly being protective. And then one day the grandkids are gonna be like, Grandpa's magic, Grandpa's magic. You didn't see it, you didn't see it. It's magic. His leg glowed and his eyes glowed. It was awesome. And he was talking to Grandma, and his eyes were glowing and his hair was white. I don't know. And he had a little glowy spot on his pants. Cause yeah, I'm gonna have my like grandkids be like, you know, note observant of it because they're not, you know, like they little kids believe in magic, adults don't. So when he gets back, like his kids are still kids, and he decided that with his kids he's not gonna be like that. But his grandkids, I don't know if you notice, but grandparents ain't shit. Grandparents ain't shit. And I 1000% am going to be not shit with my grandkids. And if I had magic powers, I would be even worse. Grandparents ain't shit. Grandparents is gonna give you all of the fucking shit to make your parents mad. And guess what? I mean, eventually he's gonna have to. Eventually he's gonna like have to he's gonna have to like fake his own death because he's gonna like start a journey to find, basically the end of the story is him starting a journey to find find his wife's spirit. Like that's the end of the journey, is him trying to find his wife's spirit, but he's gonna key his grandkids in on what he's doing. So there's going to be two people who know what happened and they know where he is, and he's going to give them like some sort of thing to call him if they ever need him. So he's going to have the two grandkids that can summon him if they ever need him. And I'm trying to figure out if I should give them a passport to go back and forth between the two zones. Because it's like, all right, cool. If I make it a passport for them to go back, then I have to kind of give them like, you know, protective stats so that they don't just go over there and get murdered. But I don't know how protected I want them to be. Because, you know, eventually, like, I don't want to keep this going forever, but it can. Like, you can just pick it up at the end and, like, just have a sequel series. But honestly, I just want to write this because I really want to get this story out. Because I really want to tell somebody, hey, I don't know. I just really like the idea of finishing this. It's fun. What if, alternatively, you can force yourself to die by destroying your body and then getting your world, leaving some kids here? The problem with that is that I've the way that I have it set up is that my character has to basically contain all of his magic. That's why he hasn't been doing magic around his kids, and he hasn't like lived a life in this world. He can't let, if he does magic, then eventually this world will fill with magic, because because towards the end of the book, towards the end of the story, he goes from being a magic absorber to a magic emitter. So he goes from like having he gets a threshold. He hits a threshold where he's no longer just absorbing massive amounts of magic. Now he's producing massive amounts of magic. So he basically becomes the same level character as David, from being around David and other celestials and other basically entities that cause him to basically gather enough magic to eventually become an emitter. So he is now on the same level as David. And then if he goes into this world and he doesn't keep his magic contained as tightly as possible in this world, he'll cause this world to develop magic. And if that happens, then the other world is technologically backwards. No real threat of magic interacting with technology. But here, if magic interacts with technology the ways that it interacted with nature in the other world, then you basically have like planes that turn into demons. So like, like sentient machinery. Like, but I'm glad you can already tell people your story as your. Dude, I'm glad to sit here and tell somebody out loud. Dude, having you sit right here and listen to me tell this story, that's bigger than most anything. Because honestly, I've had this shit in my head, but I couldn't really like express it, because it's like, who the fuck are you to write a book? Fuck you. You ain't no goddamn author. So it's like, I can't tell the story and I can't really like express it. And honestly, I was gonna just fucking AI the shit, because it was like, oh, AI is just write the book for me and I can just have AI do the shit. And then I thought about like, what the fuck is wrong with me that I would let that shit happen? And I was like, nah, fuck that. I ain't letting no goddamn robot write my goddamn words. These are gonna be words that I have to fucking spit out, and I'm gonna fucking write them. I was gonna let AI say the motherfuckers, because I didn't want to fucking like deal with my poor reading expression being the thing that held us back. But honestly, I'm having too much fun. It's your fault, Timmy. You did this shit. You the one who made this shit fun. If it wasn't for you, this shit wouldn't be fun, man. I ain't gonna lie. Cause I come in here like, dude, I've been trying to come in here for days while you were gone, man. And I would just sit down here and I would just like, all right, cool. I got like chunks written. Like I got like little bits and bits of shit. Like I would get like fucking, I figured out like, all right, cool. Well, they're going to do the like thing. And I was like, all right, cool. But as soon as I got here, as soon as I got done with this fucking thing and I let the punch go, I was like, yeah, I'm done. Then I got there and I was like, all right, cool. I'm going to come back here. And I was like, all right. Every time I get anything done, I'm just like, man, fuck it. But then as soon as you get here, man, I'm just like, this shit is gold. Like it's easy to just come through with this shit when I got somebody to actually talk to about it. Villager's helper. Dude. Hey, my goal is to finish this story, but yeah, honestly, I want to see yours too. Yeah, I ain't fucking forgot. I know what you was writing, but you ain't showed me none of your shit. I got a Facebook page and everything, man. Got a Facebook page, YouTube, all that shit. I'm about to put my email. Oh shit. Can I send direct messages on here? I can send direct messages. Whispers, right? Whispers? Oh yeah, here. What is my email? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. 31. There. No, I just gave you my email. That's my email. That's my email. So real shit. Send me anything you want to send me, dude. But yeah. Ain't got no. Oh no. Whisper. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Cause yeah. Ah, damn it. Now this has gone from a training arc to introduction to the rest of the village. Oh shit, yeah. Now that I think about it, I can basically use this as a means to introduce him to everybody else in the village. But now I gotta create everybody else in the village. Timmy, this is gonna be a fucking nightmare. Oh. I was planning on just talking about water for the next fucking 4 pages. I was just planning on talking about water for the next 4 or 5 pages. Now I gotta talk about politics and shit. Ah. Now I gotta come up with a political angle and find out if the head of the village is a nice guy or an asshole. And if he is a nice guy, how nice? And if he is an asshole, how asshole? Timmy, I need your help. And character relationship. Yeah, I honestly, I'm not gonna get too detailed about like who's who in the room. It's just gonna be like, little dot heads in the background. It's like people. It's like a whole bunch of people just staring at me. Not exactly paying attention to who I am or what I am, but they're just here. Yeah, they was like, all right, cool. So they just back and forth. Because I think once we get to the I don't want to know. I don't know necessarily know if it's going to be like a square or something. But once we get to wherever we're going, we're going to basically like have all of the rest of the village. Like, I don't think it's going to be everybody from the village, but I think it's going to be like about 20 people from the village just out staring. And it's just going to be 20. The village has 100 people, so 20 is 40%. Shit, 20 is 20%. So, god damn, I'm dumb sometimes. The only real the people who are really going to be like obvious are Barkley, because he's going to be the one who's just like, all right, cool, they came. So Barkley, the two guards, um, Gary and Gene. Those are the guards. Gary, Gene, and the head of the village. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Oh, unfortunately, there is an issue happening at my kid's school. So apparently, wait. Yes, I still have to introduce Iroh's wife because he's the durability guy and she's the invisibility enchanter. So yeah, I'm still gonna have to introduce Iroh's wife. I haven't introduced her yet. But yeah, once I get there, we're gonna get there. But unfortunately, there's an issue at my kid's school. It's the day before his last day. So I'm gonna go down there and grab him and I will be right back. I'm gonna try and come back here. But yeah, if I get a chance, I'm gonna be back here because this is fun, and I'm getting, and I'm into political stuff, and I love me some politics. So yeah, I get to do some politics right now. So yeah. Oh, everything's good. It's just it ain't an American situation. Thank God. But yeah, he just threw up on somebody, and now he needs clothes. Yeah. He ain't even sick. He just got they're at a theme park and he got dizzy and he threw up on somebody. And now I got to bring him some clothes. Their parents are bringing them some clothes, and we got to talk to them. But yeah, it's a fun one. But yeah, so yeah, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go try and get this taken care of. But yeah, all right, I will be back, Timmy. Thank you for coming through. And right now, I want you to go back. I want you to go get some sleep because you ain't gonna be here. But what I'm gonna try to do tomorrow is play some games. I'm gonna try and come back. What I'm gonna try and do when I come back is figure out how to get this shit to stop lagging when I play Spider-Man. Because I've gotten everything to the point where even nothing is overrunning, so there's no reason the lag should be happening. And yet, for some reason, my OBS just desperately lags whenever I try to play Spider-Man. It just starts dropping frames immediately. So I want to try and get that set up. If I can get that figured out, then I'm gonna come back and play some games later, and then I'm gonna play Spider-Man tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to game tomorrow. Because realistically, tomorrow I only have a couple of hours anyway. Because my kid, because it's the last day of school for them, so it's half day. So yeah, have to go pick him up at noon regardless tomorrow. But yeah, so gaming is my hope tomorrow. So yeah, I'll see you then. But for now, see you guys later. Thanks for coming through. I will see you as best I can. Talk to you later.